but it's a statement that nobody would have challenged. Why did you make it? It seems like no one would deny what you said. So what's your point?
Well, it evidently got a rise out of you.
Well, I think it's a shot.
You're a reporter. You didn't have anything to do with freedom of the press.
You could argue it was not nurses who defended the freedom of nursing. Why did you single out freedom of the press to say it was the soldiers that defended it and not the reporters? Well, we all know that. Why did you say it?
Well, because I thought it needed to be said at this particular time.
Because you could get an applause line against the media at a conservative convention.
No, I said it because it was... You're hopeless. I wish I was over there. In fact, I wish that we lived in the... I wish we lived in the day... I wish we lived in... Chris,
I got to warn you, we're in a tough part of town over here. But I do recommend you come over because I like you. Let me tell you this: if a Republican senator broke ranks. And, all right, I'm sorry, a Republican senator broke ranks and came over and spoke for the Democrats. Would you respect him?
Yes, of course I would. I've seen that happen from time to time. Look,
what did Jim Jeffords? What's Jim Jeffords say to you? Jim Jeffords of Vermont switched parties after getting elected.
Ask a question,
well, that's a tough question. It takes a few words.
Get out of my face. If you're going to ask me a question, step back and let me answer.
Senator,
you know, I wish we lived in the day where you could challenge a person to a duel. Now that would be pretty good. But don't pull that. Wait a minute. Don't pull that kind of stuff on me like you did that young lady when you had her there browbeating her to death.
Yeah, well,
I'm not her. I'm not her.
Let me tell you, she was suggesting.
You get in my face, I'm going to get back in your face.
Shot himself to win a medal, and I was trying to correct the record.
The only reason you're doing it is because you're standing way over there in Herald Square.
Senator, can I speak softly to you? I would really like you to...
No, because you won't give me a chance to answer. You ask these questions and you just talk over what I'm trying to answer, just like you did that woman the other day.
Well,
I don't know why I even came on this program.
Well, I'm glad you did. Let me ask you this about John.
Are you going to shut up after you ask me? Are you going to give me a chance to answer it?
Yes, sir. I'm going to give you a chance to answer. You used very strong words tonight about the Democratic candidate, much stronger than you're using with me. And they'll be remembered a lot longer than anything you say to me now, so I'm not really worried about what you say now, except that this country was promised unity after the last election by the president that you're supporting, and he urged the country to come together. Do you think you helped that cause tonight?
I think I helped the cause of trying to tell the American people why John Kerry is unfit for the presidency and why we need to keep George W. Bush in as the president, because it's the way that we can keep this nation more secure and my family more safe.
Did I ask you about your role in the Democratic Party, because you caused such a hit tonight, because you are a man of the Democratic Party? Long before this election, you had to watch as a Southern conservative the nomination by your party of people like George McGovern, Fritz Mondale, Jimmy Carter, liberal after liberal after liberal, including Mike Dukakis, perhaps the most liberal of them all. What caused you to cross the aisle tonight?
By coming to Washington and seeing firsthand what a mess it is and how far out the Senate Democrats are. They're off the chart as far as being with the mainstream of America. I think the straw that broke the camel's back was the Homeland Security measure. When time after time John Kerry and the Democrats put collective bargaining above Homeland Security. That did it for me.
Well, that did it for Max Cleland as well, didn't it?
It surely did. And probably Gene Carnahan. And nobody is to blame except, well, they're to blame because they voted that way, but who's really to blame is Tom Daschle for insisting that they do it 11 times over a 4-month period. It was dumb.
And you could argue that it was politically dumb of Max Cleland to support the labor unions in Georgia against what looked like the national interest. My question is it good for America to impugn that vote as a vote against the security of this country?
That vote was not impugned. He did not get defeated because of that ad that you like to talk about. You can't vote with Tom Daschle 85% of the time and be expected to be able to be reelected in Georgia. You know that much about Georgia.
Well,
and the
sure, I
South.
also know and I completely agree with the need to get reelected as a statesman. Jefferson said the first order of a statesman was to get elected. I'm just wondering if you think tonight's speech and advertisements that show people like Max Cleland standing next to Saddam Hussein are helping bring this country together.
That didn't have anything to do with Max Cleland's defeat. We've already beat that dog to death.
Well, maybe the war did that too. But thank you very much for coming here tonight. I hope we can have a more civil conversation in closer terms. I would love you to come tonight. In fact, you can meet with Joe Scarborough. It would probably be nicer to you. But we'll both try to get the truth out of the conversation. And I feel bad that you're upset with me, Senator. I've never had this kind of fight with you before. I think you misheard me. But please come over tomorrow night. We've got a convention ending. And by the way, you'll help our ratings tremendously if you come over tomorrow night because everybody thinks you're going to beat me up. But since somebody tried to do that last night, I don't think it's going to be a surprise.
Hey,
anyway,
Chris, can I say
J.C. Watts wants to talk to you, Senator.
Hey, Senator.
All right.
This is J.C. Watts.
Hey, J.C.
You can put your feet under my dinner table any day of the week.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I guess everybody loves
Good to be
Senator.
with you.
Hey, it's great having you on. Let's be friends.
See you later.
Thank you.